It's hard to believe it's already been over 2 months since Nintendo announced the NES Classic. And although we've seen it in person a time or two since then, we haven't actually been able to try it out for ourselves. That is, until now. Or more accurately, a couple days ago, but we couldn't talk about it until now. Okay, so you probably already know most of the main points. The NES Classic Edition is a small and adorable replica of the original Nintendo Entertainment System from the 80s. Except this one connects to your TV via HDMI, and instead of using separate game cartridges, it comes with 30 games built right in, including classics like The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Kirby's Adventure, among many others, all of which are laid out for you to select from immediately upon booting up. But if you're having trouble finding just the game you want to play, you can tap the select button to sort them in various ways, including alphabetically, by release date, by publisher, in order of which you played most recently, in order of which you played the most, or even by which one support 2 players. But if you're still having trouble deciding which game to play, you may just want to sit back and relax, as Mario and Luigi will soon appear to take you on a tour of all 30 games, offering a quick preview of what to expect from each one. We actually posted a 10-minute video showcasing this demo mode, so be sure to check it out. Now, of course, I wasn't able to try out all 30 games. I mean, I didn't want to keep the Nintendo reps there all day, but the games that I did try looked, sounded, and played almost exactly as I remembered, featuring a bright and vibrant image with no input lag from what I could tell. In fact, the NES Classic Edition's emulator may be Nintendo's best yet, easily beating the NES one on the Wii U Virtual Console. Here is a side-by-side example using Kirby's Adventure, with the NES Classic Edition on the left and the Wii U Virtual Console on the right. Notice just how much better the contrast is in the NES Classic version. And beyond that, the emulator here has another feature sorely lacking from the eShop one, an actual display setting with 3 different choices. Pixel Perfect, which is closest to how the developers saw it when creating the original games, 4x3, which is closer to how the games actually appeared in most TVs back in the day, and finally, an actual CRT mode that attempts to mimic exactly how it would appear if played on the TV from that era, in order to achieve the maximum old-school effect. It's a neat feature, even if the CRT one is really hard to go back to. Now, if you grew up with the NES like I did, then you might remember that most games couldn't save your progress back then, forcing you to either restart from scratch every time, or write down a long, cumbersome password if you wanted to restart from where you left off. But thankfully, the NES Classic makes both of those a relic of the past, by featuring save states, allowing you to save your exact spot up to 4 times for every game. Yep, not only can you finally save your custom track in Excitebike, but you can save 4 of them now. And by the way, you can even lock specific states so that you don't accidentally save over them later. And creating a save state is as simple as hitting the reset button on the front of the console to return to the game selection menu, and then choosing the slot you want to save it to. But since hitting reset is the only way to return to the main menu, this does mean that you'll probably have to get out of your seat every time you want to save or change games. Just think of it as adding to that old school charm. Now, beyond all of this, there are a few final options for you to play around with, such as turning on or off demo mode, auto shutdown, and screen burn-in reduction. You can also change the system's language, but this only applies to the menus and not the games themselves. There's also the ever-exciting Legal Notice tab, and finally, an option for the game's manuals, which oddly doesn't actually contain the manuals themselves. Instead, it contains a QR code that you can use to load up the manuals on your phone instead, which I was told would be fully scanned versions of the NES originals. So there you have it, that's the NES Classic Edition in a nutshell. And that nutshell probably can't be much bigger than the minuscule NES Classic itself. I mean, just look at that thing, it's just so gosh darn cute. Don't you just want to walk up to it and pinch its cute rosy red power light? Anyways, the NES Classic Edition goes on sale November 11th at the suggested retail price of $59.99, with a second NES controller also going on sale for $9.99. Although keep in mind you can also use a Wii Classic controller for 2-player action as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and make sure to stay tuned to GameXplain for more on the NES Classic and other things gaming too. Catch you later, bye.